everyone, my name is Elfa. Welcome to plummysims and welcome to another speed build. I hope you're all doing well and having such a beautiful day. So before we talk about the build, I want to say I'm terribly sorry for what's happened on my last video, which is supposed to be the aspiring artist trailer, because the audio on that video was very something and I tried to fixed everything, but it just didn't work, and somehow I didn't make it public once I announced it on Instagram. So I am terribly sorry about that. It just happened, and I promise you it won't happen again on the next features. So yeah, finger crossed my mic works just normally right now, because I don't know what caused that. But anyway, let's talk about the build. So actually, I don't know what to call this whole build, because I tried to build a kind of it's not community lot, but it's not like a house too. So I think the word that captured this whole build is not community build, actually, kind of neighborhood. So I was on Pinterest per usual, researching on what I have to build next, gathering some inspirations and those kind of things, and somehow this image, I will try to find that and pop it on the screen right now. So this image just popped up and I thought that it is so cool, especially with the Star Wars pack, because I have the Star Wars pack and I'm not gonna lie, but I used a lot of items from that pack on this build. And when I saw that photo or that image, I knew exactly that I have to make it and try to build using some Star Wars items, because I've been wanting to build with Star Wars items, but it's just so hard because they have this very specific style that is not very useful for very normal build, like suburban houses or mid-century modern houses, and even modern houses in general. So I've never used that, and I have to say that I use quite some items on this build. So if you don't have Star Wars pack, I'm terribly sorry, but I really want to build with Star Wars pack. So anyway, we're building on the Johnny Zest trailer lot. So it is a, I don't know, a 30 by 40 lot, I think, but it seems very big because we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses, 5 tiny houses on this huge lot. It's not that huge actually, but compared to one tiny house, it's very big. But I believe this whole style called as Adobe houses, so I think it is originated from Spain. I could be wrong about that, but I read some articles like a few days ago regarding this whole style, and I think it is from Spain. But sometimes this reminds me a lot of, I don't know, like Middle Eastern houses. So the one that I saw on one of Detective Tintin's movies, I'm not sure what the title was, but I believe I saw something like this on that movie. So anyway, I've never built something like this before, so it's very exciting for me to kind of building something like this. Yes, the floor plan is very weird because we have this very square and rectangular shapes. Everything is very rectangular and we don't have kind of bumps out here and there. I mean, yes, some of them have bumps out, but they're just basically a square. And not to say that I don't appreciate that, but I feel like it's quite hard to kind of lay out in the floor plan when you have to work with square shape. And anyway, this is the first house, so I think this is for a, I don't know, like a young man maybe. So he lived by himself, and we just have one double bed here, so it's not that big, but it's function just as it should. And I tried to play test everything and I did playtest everything, but wow, it's a whole lot of mess because I have 5 different houses to playtest with, and I don't think it's something very easy to do, but I managed to do that, and I have to say that this is functioned just normally, and I'm really happy that it's functioned just as it should, because I tried to make my whole build functional. I don't want to make something not functional as often, but maybe I will do something like that once in a while, maybe. I don't know though. So I kind of like doing almost off the grid build, but this is not off the grid because you have still some lightings here. Even the what is that, fridge and the stoves are not off the grid ones, so it's not off the grid, but it's kind of look like off the grid. And this might be very controversial, but I think some of the not Stranger Wars, some of the Star Wars items are very helpful on this build. I have to say it's very unusual for me to kind of declare something like that, because Star Wars is, I know nothing about Star Wars, and I watched that movie, I'm not sure which one, but a few years ago, like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, maybe. No, 3 years ago I watched a Star Wars movie, and I'm not sure which one was that, but since I haven't watched any of the Star Wars movie, like the older ones, I don't understand the story, so I don't really enjoy Star Wars. That's just because I've never watched the other movies, but the items that came with the pack, the Batu Journey to Batu pack, are quite cool for this very specific style. So yeah, as I said, it's not very, it doesn't match with any of traditional belts in general, but sometimes it works. So I use quite some packs on this build. So of course we use Get Together, Star Wars, of course, Jungle Adventure. I don't know, I feel like I put a bunch of items from several different packs, but not Eco Lifestyle. I don't think I use Eco Lifestyle on this build, but I could be wrong about that. But clearly I use a bunch of packs, and here we are now on the second house. So I decided to put like a normal bedroom on this house, so they're separated from the living space, because on the first one the bedroom is on the living space, so it's not very convenient about that. And I use this, what is this, the succulent things on the top. It is a plant from Strangerville, I think, and I love that, but I've never found the perfect time to use that item, so I feel like this is the one, and I'm really happy with the end result. And I use this bench from Star Wars 2. It's beautiful. I think it's my #1 favorite outside bench. Is that the term? I'm not sure, but that thing. And I have to say that I'm so proud of myself with this build, because it took me, I don't know, like 7 or 8 hours total to finish this whole build. And it's just ridiculous because this is not as big as my big idly family house or something. I'm not sure if that's the correct ones, but that build, it took me like 15 hours or 14 hours, but it is like humongous. But this one is not that big, and still it took me quite some time to finish this whole build. But I am very happy with the end result of everything. It's just so beautiful, and I've never built something like this. So anyway, this is the third house, I think, and we're working from the upstairs to downstairs. I know it's a bit weird, but it's fine. So this is the parents' bedroom, and the parents' bedroom have their own ensuite bathroom. So they don't have a shower, but they do have a tub, which I realize it's not very convenient gameplay wise, but I mean, on the downstairs we have the what is that? The shower, the open shower, and I tried to make the whole houses have the same style interior wise, especially with the toilet, because when I researched this whole style and try to find some similarities between one photos to another, they have this very kind of a uniform style on the inside, so I tried to mimic that, and I tried to put a bunch of not activity skill, what is that? Oh my god, I lost the word. Skill building items. Yeah, skill building items on this whole build, like everywhere, from the like fire pit for grilling marshmallow. It's not a skill building item, but you know what I mean. We also have some cauldron, and we also have a chess table and grills. So I think it's decent amount of activity skill. Skill building items. Oh my god, my brain is on different place right now because today is very hot. Like, I kid you not, yesterday I shared the Instagram story of how hot it is in my city, and it was 34 or 35 degree, and it's in Celsius, so if I have to convert that into Fahrenheit, it would be somewhere around 95 to 100-ish. So it's insanely hot, and the heat was killing me because I was very dizzy, and it was just like heat wave in the sim. So you can imagine how hot it is, and the humidity makes everything worse. So I live in a tropical country, if you don't know that, and yeah, it's basically either flaming hot or rainy all day. So for a few days we have like crazy heat, and it's just killing me. But anyway, I want to talk about this. So I don't know if you noticed this, but with the platform update a few months ago, we have several different issues with platforms, and normally they kind of like raised up or raised down by themselves when we close off a room, but this time they don't like rise up or rise down, but they kind of like disappearing, quote unquote disappearing, because every houses on this lot have platform roofs, and on this very specific house, sometimes when I kind of like turn the camera into several different angles, they make the top level of the house kind of like look like this and have a roof. So it's very odd, but I don't know how to fix it. I tried to like redraw the platform, not the platform, redraw the roof, and like delete the platform before I kind of like finish everything, but it still happens. And I noticed like a few days ago, someone has mentioned it on Instagram. I totally forgot who it was, but I believe she experienced the same way, and by the time I know that I'm not alone, because it's very frustrating, and I was very furious about that because I've never experienced that like at all. And it's crazy because it looks just beautiful, but when I turn kind of like this certain angle, they kind of disappearing, and I tried to like make my camera far away from that area and try to like zoom in, but in the tab mode, if that makes any sense, but it still happens. So I'm not sure what caused that. So on the screenshots you will see that, because I have no idea how to fix that. I'm terribly sorry about that, but it's the game's fault. It's not my fault. It's just the glitch, and yeah, I hope you can understand that. But anyway, this is the other house. I'm not sure which house it is, but I think this is the second or like third or fourth house. Oh my god, I can't remember all of them because this is like 5 different tiny houses and it's a lot. But anyway, this is, I think this is the last house. Yeah, I think this is the last house, and I really love this house so much. I mean, I love all of them equally, but I think this is one of my most favorite ones because it just looks very like organic floor plan wise, and we have different kind of like view from the bedroom, and I just really enjoy that a lot. And oh, and actually I just knew that I thought Adobe is kind of like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Premiere, or I don't know, InDesign, Dimension, and those kind of Adobe products. But I just realized that Adobe is kind of it's a style. It's a style from Spanish. So it's very interesting to learn something new, and I am so happy because I would never build something like this, or I would never even know about Adobe houses or Adobe style in general if I don't play The Sims. So being in this community teach me a lot of things from the culture, the geography, and even the language. I love learning foreign language, and especially the architectural style from each region, because every single region has very different style, and that's what makes it interesting. So I'm truly grateful being in this community. I just love to learn everything new. But anyway, this is the kind of outdoor area for the whole community. So we have the cauldron here. The cauldron is not functional, I have to admit that, but you can just delete that fish hanging thingy. It's a debug item from Island Living, I think, and you can just delete that and it will function just properly. So we also have here, this is a chest table, and I think that's it. So even though we have this kind of a clothes hanging thing, what is that, clothesline, it's not functional, so you don't have to like kind of do the laundry and those kind of stuff, because it's just for aesthetic purposes only. So anyway, we are getting closer to the end of the speed build. So if you want to download this build, this has been up on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my AID, which is elfathiera, or under the hashtag plummysims. You could also click the link in the description box below that will bring you to the website gallery, as well as the other link to grab the tray files from SimFileShare. So yeah, I really hope you did enjoy this video, and if you do, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Also make sure to be subscribed to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video. And you can also follow me on other platforms that I have. I will put every single link on the description box below. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of the screenshots, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!